Hi everyone. So in this video, we are going to discuss about another application of Gauss law. So that application is electric field intensity and electric flux density due to spherical cell of charge. Electric flux density due to spherical cell of charge. Consider an imaginary spherical cell of radius small a. The charge is uniformly distributed over its surface with a charge over its surface with a charge density is rho s coulombs per meter square. Let us find the electric field intensity and electric flux density at point P. That point P is located at a distance smaller from the center such that R greater than A and R less than or equal to A using Gauss law. Now here spherical cell of the charge and the radius of the spherical cell is small a meters. Radius of the spherical cell is small a meters. So find out the electric flux density and electric field intensity in three cases. And one case is consider the Gaussian surface. What is the Gaussian surface? The surface must be closed. This surface must be closed. So when applying the Gauss law, the Gaussian surface must be considered. When you apply the Gauss law, the Gaussian surface must be considered. So consider that Gaussian surface in one case is outside of the spherical cell and inside of the spherical cell, and third case is on the spherical cell. In these three cases, we can determine the electric field intensity and electric flux density. And the first case is consider the Gaussian sphere or the Gaussian surface outside of the spherical cell. Small r is the radius of the spherical cell. Small a is the radius of the spherical cell and small r is the radius of the Gaussian surface. Small r is the radius of the Gaussian surface. Now here small r is greater than a. That point P is considered on the Gaussian surface. On the Gaussian surface. So in this case r greater than a, find out the electric field intensity and the electric flux density at point P. So the point P is considered outside the spherical cell. So the point P is considered outside the spherical cell means the Gaussian surface is considered outside of the spherical cell. So at that point P, the direction of the electric flux density is radial direction is always moving, radially outward direction, that is AR bar direction. D bar is equal dr into AR bar. At that point P, the direction of the differential vector surface area is also moving radially outward direction. So that is ds bar is equal ds into AR bar. In spherical coordinate system, the differential vector surface area normal to the r direction is ds bar is equal r square sin theta d theta d phi into AR bar. So now take the dot product of d bar dot ds bar. So d bar is dr into AR bar, ds bar is r square sin theta d theta d phi AR bar. So we know that dot product of same unit vectors is unity, AR bar dot AR bar is 1. So that is d bar dot ds bar is d psi, d bar dot ds bar is dq. So that is equal dr into r square sin theta d theta d phi, and this is the differential charge. Now we want to calculate the total charge. Integrating on both sides, we get the total charge q is equal surface integral of the RHS term. So dr is constant, that is written before integration. The surface integral of r square sin theta d theta d phi, dr into r square is constant, that is written before integration. The surface integral of sin theta d theta d phi value is 4 pi. Surface integral means there are two integrals. In spherical coordinate system, theta is varies from 0 to pi and pi is varies from 0 to 2 pi, and integral sin theta is minus cos theta over 0 to 2 pi, it gets minus 2, and integral 1 pi d pi is pi over 0 to 2 pi, we get 2 pi, so 2 into 2 pi, 4 pi, so therefore integral surface integral sin theta d phi is 4 pi. So dq is equal, charge q is equal 4 pi r square into dr. From this equation, the magnitude of the electric flux density dr is equal q by 4 pi r square, and substitute this dr value into radial direction of the electric flux density equation. We get the electric flux density d bar is equal q by 4 pi r square into r bar. And electric field intensity E bar is equal d bar by epsilon naught. So that is equal q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into r bar. So this is the equation of the electric field intensity and electric flux density. Point P is considered outside the spherical cell. So thus R greater than A, R greater than A means the radius of the Gaussian surface is greater than the radius of the spherical cell. In this case, the field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the origin. So the surface charge density is rho s coulombs per meters. Therefore, the total charge Q is equal rho s into surface area of the cell. The surface area of the cell is 4 pi s square. Therefore, the total charge Q is equal rho s into 4 pi s square. And substitute this Q value into above expression, we get the electric flux density d bar is equal rho s a square by r square into r bar, and the electric field intensity E bar is equal rho s a square by epsilon naught r square into r bar. So this is the case 1. Next, coming to the case 2. So consider point P on the spherical cell. So consider point P on the spherical cell means that Gaussian surface is considered on the spherical cell. So that is radius of the Gaussian surface is equal to the radius of the spherical cell. In the above equation of the electric field intensity and electric flux density expression, substitute R is equal to A. So we get the equation of the electric field intensity and electric flux density. Point P is on the spherical cell. So that is E bar is equal Q by 4 pi R square. Now here R is equal to A. 4 pi epsilon naught A square into R bar. And third case. So third case means that point P is considered inside the spherical cell. Inside the spherical cell means the Gaussian surface is considered inside the spherical cell. So that is R less than A. In this case, the total charge is enclosed only on the Gaussian surface. There is no electric field intensity on the outside of the Gaussian surface. And the total charge enclosed is 0. The charge enclosed is 0. Once again, I will explain the same concept. The point P is considered inside the spherical cell. At point P, so the total charge is enclosed on the inside the spherical cell. There is no charge on the outside the Gaussian surface. There is no electric flux density and there is no electric field intensity inside on the Gaussian surface. If there is no electric field intensity, then the charge enclosed is also 0. So therefore, in third case, there is no electric field intensity and there is no electric flux density. In 3 different cases, the graphical representation. In first case, R greater than A, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R square into R bar. And the second case, R is equal to A, E bar is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught A square. And the third case, there is no electric field intensity and there is no electric flux density. If the Gaussian surface is considered inside the spherical cell, there is no electric field intensity and there is no electric flux density. So this is the graphical representation. R less than A, third case, 0. And R is equal to A case. And first case, R greater than A case.